I have that song, The Workout, stuck in my head, and not the one where it's like, I wanna see you work out with Kanye West that I love so much, even though I love New Workout Plan. I'm thinking about that song where it's like, I was chilling with the born again Christian. If you want, you can come, get it, get it. I love that song. And if you're like, who's that song by? It's a Japanese woman. I think her name is Utada. Anyway, I look cute. I got the fucking pea coat on. Got the drip abundant. Ooh, with the flower, the fresh braids, the headscarf, the Tudor drip. Looking fabulous. If you're wondering, Timothy, what did you do tonight to look so classy, gorgeous, and beautiful? I went out to a comedy show. Um, I went there, I got a nice double cheeseburger and ate that shit like there was no tomorrow. I laughed my ass off, clapped my ass off, shouted, screamed, almost fired my vocal cords, chopped it up with some comedians after, whether they were truly interested or not. I think they truly were interested. Like, one guy reaffirmed twice, but at some point he did kind of like seize a moment to like walk away and talk to someone else, which I don't appreciate, because if I'm in the middle of talking about something important, I like to finish my topic, because my ADHD ass brain, especially when I'm drunk, which I am tonight, caffeine and alcohol, amen. I do not like pausing it in my brain to be, because if I'm talking to someone about something passionate and then they walk away, my brain's gonna bookmark it and it's gonna be like a throbbing sensation in my head, like a migraine or something. Until I finish that sentence and I get a reaction from you, then it's not going to be settled in my brain, basically. But that's just me personally. And if you're like, Timothy, what's the thing you were thinking of talking about tonight? I actually ended things with the venue I've been working with for a while. And I know you're like, which venue? I could say the name of the venue, but I, out of respect for my own privacy, I won't. But let's just say it's a venue that I discovered like at the beginning of this year. I was like, this is the year where I'm either going to throw myself fully into location scouting or I might finally be a comedy producer myself. I found this amazing venue. They made like delicious, damn near gourmet, like fucking flowers, stay in my hair. They made amazing like gourmet sandwiches, barbecue. Like, I could tell their business really needed the foot traffic and the attention. And because simply put, if you're on DoorDash and you sell like Italian sandwiches and Cubanos and shit and all this delicious and like barbecue ribs, all the fixings, and you're doing buy one get one free deals, yeah, you really need my help. And I was like, okay, I know what can fix this. Comedians bring foot traffic. If you make a deal where it's like you perform for 4 minutes, but if you buy an item, you get seven, people are gonna buy from the shop. And I remember the very first night I ran my open mic there, I was so fucking nervous. I was like, my perfectionist streak is getting ahead of me. I really, really, really gotta like. But you know what? Funny enough, my higher powers that I believe in, I got assigned to not be too much of a perfectionist. Like, I remember I was trying to think of the perfect outfit, the perfect everything. And then ironically, I tried on a pair of earrings, it broke in my. Sorry, I tried on a pair of earrings, it broke in my hand instantly. They were new earrings, mind you. And then I was like, okay. And then I tried to like put on a pair of earrings that I actually made myself. They also broke in my hand. And I was like, this is, and then I think I tried a third time or so, and that's when I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to the corner store, I'm gonna get some fucking super glue and figure this shit out. I went to the corner store. And then, like, let's just say I chugged an energy drink that morning. I don't remember, or was it, I forget. I think it was 300 milligrams of caffeine surging through my system. I don't remember what I drank. It might have been a Bang energy drink, might have been several cups of coffee, it might have been several Mountain Dews. All I know is I was shaking my ass off, like full on body vibrating. And I was like, excuse me, is there any chance that you have any super glue? And this sweet old lady, who funny enough looked like an older version of me, very small, cute, serene lady, she grabbed me by my hands and said, baby, you're shaking. Take some breaths with me. You're all good. It's gonna go fine. Your event's gonna go great. What do you think is gonna happen? I was like, I don't know. I got enemies. I got people I'm trying to impress. I think it'll go well. I just had a lot of caffeine. And she was like, no, baby, I think it's something more than the caffeine. And I kind of dwelled on it and I thought to myself, maybe these earrings repeatedly breaking. Like, it's not the end of the world if I don't wear these earrings. It would just be nice. It's not the end of the world. Maybe it's a sign that I need to stop being such a perfectionist. Because if I continue this path of just like every single detail down to like it doesn't matter if I'm wearing salmon colored lip gloss or bright pink. It truly doesn't, because guess what? I'm a hot lady. I can pull off both. Would I prefer salmon? Yeah, but you know what? If I can only find bright pink that day, that works for me. If I can't wear the perfect like purple and gold earrings to match my gold top and purple skirt, it's okay. I'll live. If the little yellow sapphire earrings I made myself don't want to work, it's okay. You have tons of other jewelry and it doesn't even need to match because all you need to know is you're a beautiful fucking lady who will have a great time being alive, regardless of what you're wearing. Regardless of if the venue posts the poster like directly when you say to post the poster, regardless of anything, you got it. And you know what happened? The event the first night was a fucking huge success. Tons of people, big hitters came out, said hysterical jokes, and the night went so well that the second the mic ended and we all went, yeah, welcome, like, thanks for coming. The second it ended, he said, hey, Timothy, come over here. And then he said, every single Monday is free. You can have all of them, except for, I'm sorry, we have like one day in like October and like one day in August. I am so sorry for that, but I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I didn't know I could love comedy, live comedy. This is it. This is it. And the owner loved me. He loved my host more because, of course, he's going to bond with another old white dude. And, you know, but guess what? He was like, wow, this event went fucking stellar. And it did. It went so fucking good. And it's been going well until recently. About a week or two ago, after a very amazing night, I remember I prayed to my higher powers because something in my gut was telling me it wasn't going to work out. I don't know. Things have been going great for the venue, but I noticed less people were turning up. But it wasn't going poorly. We were still making more and more money each week. And things were still going well. I was just like, there's a rule in the comedy scene, or at least in my personal life, there's a rule because I'm a perfectionist, but also because I notice patterns. I thought to myself, if there's more than 2 weeks of a slowdown, you need to really lock in or your event's going to get canceled. And was there a slowdown? Yeah, but that was just like, okay, it's like, okay, we aren't getting an obscene amount, like 24 comedians in one night like we used to. We're going to be hitting numbers like 16 comedians in one night. Or, you know, fucking like 13 comedians, but they're all doing 7 minutes each, so we still wrap up around the same time. And you want to know what happened? See, look at me being a perfectionist again. Now I just lost my flower, but I look good without it, so it doesn't matter. I would just like to have the flower, you know. You want to know what happened? I prayed to my higher power in the ritual that I did, and I said, please, God. Well, I didn't say God, but, you know, let's fill in the blank because I want to hide what my beliefs are so no one can sabotage that shit. God bless. Amen. I remember the way I was like, please make this event have the biggest, like a really just make it a great night for me. Astoundingly great. And I was super nervous because we had to cancel one week because I had lost my host, lost my mind, and I was getting death threats from that white supremacist, as you know. But that nigga didn't do shit, and I fucked up his life worse than he could ever do me. God bless. Amen. I'm divinely protected. What can I say? Sorry, I know that's a little smug, but it's like, it's true. That white nigga was saying, I'll lynch you and kill you. And then I said, I'm going to tell your whole family about where you get your heroin, how you want to suck dick, all that. You know the story. You know the drill. And I'm just saying, it is very funny how he stressed me out just to be the one who, to this day, probably is being pissed off and actively pissed off. Like, yeah, it's like, maybe don't threaten to lynch me, nigga. Fuck you, loser. Anyway, as I was saying, moving on, we had to cancel for a week, and I thought, okay, shit, I'm gonna lock in really hard. And this was when I was like, I did my ritual, I had the game plan. I was like, this is the night where I'm gonna do this open mic. I'm gonna get a new host because my last host fucking betrayed me. I don't know if I uploaded the video explaining it. I'm pretty sure I did, but the last host I had betrayed me in a bunch of different ways, and we just finally cut contact. So I was like, okay, I found someone new who actually could read cohesively, wasn't abusing substances like Ozempic and Benadryl and coffee all the time, not sleeping and being a fucking idiot. I made sure that even though I didn't have my phone working, I could still use my laptop to do walk-up music for comedians, and it was still a solid night. Like when but I prayed. I was like, my specific prayer was, please make this night a hit for me. Make it really, really good so I get as much money and popularity as possible. Make it a great night for me. But also, on the off chance that this isn't permanent for me, please open a path very soon for me so I just know that I am in safe hands. Amen. And I did my ritual, and then guess what, nigga? Like, when the open mic happened, it was a successful night. The host was actually amazing. It was the most peaceful night I've had in ages. The only difference was the bartender was slightly snarkier than to me, and we couldn't unplug the pinball machine at the location, but it was a great evening. Objectively, a wonderful evening. We had everyone there had a good ass time. It was so lovely. Like I was like, even though we wrapped up early, like we usually wrap up like latest nights we wrapped up at like 11. Some nights, even the shortest ones were like 9:30, 9:15. This was our shortest night. We wrapped up at like 8, like 8:45, 8:50, like 8:55 I think. And it was like, "Oh, that is very early." But you know what? Some big hitter comedians just came super late. That's all it was. Like super late. Like some dude came almost 2 hours late without trying to contact me. Stupid ass fucking decision. He should have contacted me or the host to see who was gonna wrap up. But whatever, it's okay. You wanna know what happened? It was a great night, a huge profit. Like actually, one of our biggest profits was made for the bar. Everything went well. I looked gorgeous. The host was amazing. The audience was fucking spectacular, and the comedians were also fucking great. It was such a good evening. You wanna know what happened? Clock strikes midnight. The venue owner was like, "Hey Tammy," and the fucking nickname I hate. He's like, "Hey Tammy," Tami, stupid fucking nickname. He's like, "Hey Tammy, we have to do the open mic once a month instead of once a week. We can't do it weekly anymore because we have staff to feed and just, for due to financial reasons, we just can't obtain it every week." Mind you, I knew that we were the biggest profiting event for them. Like even my old host told me, he was like, "Just so you know, the venue owner at this spot, he told me that every drink they have is overpriced, so that every time they sell even a single beer, it's like 400 times more expensive than it was to purchase it in bulk, and that like each individual beer already basically covers their rent." Like already, so each beer sale, they're all good, and it's like they have surplus amount of money and all of that. I learned that months before, like a month or two before. So you can imagine how fucking crazy it was to hear them be like, "Yeah, we need to cancel your event." And I was very hurt, but I asked because I like clarification. I was like, "Are you saying that our event is just not making enough money, or just the venue as a whole?" Just to clarify, because I think it's important to know. And then his daughter got involved in the conversation because they share the same social media account. And then they were like, "Well, it's just like, don't get me wrong, we appreciate you in the comedy and we love it so much. We appreciate you. We love the comedy show. But at the same time, it's just like in this economy, it's not fiscally responsible every week to do like a comedy open mic when we could be possibly putting on bigger events that could have even more of a turnout of like bands coming through and like tons of people coming." And it's like, oh, and then in that case it hurt less, but it still stung all the same. Because it's like, okay, so you're turning down one of your biggest events that bring you the most fucking money for a chance. I didn't fully believe it even before she sent that message, and I was still feeling kind of about it. And even I talked to other people, they're like, "Yeah, this doesn't make sense. Is there something else going on?" And we did have like a little bit of a spat beforehand. Simply put, let's just say for the past 2 weeks, these idiots, like, let's just say coke whore fucking venue owner's daughter. No offense to her. You could do coke and you could be a whore. It's okay. I support women being whores. I do not support women doing coke. That's boy drugs. But on like, no, and I know you're like, "Why did you bring that up?" Fuck it, she is one. It's okay. God bless her soul. I'm glad she does coke. I mean, I'm glad she fucks in the way like she deserves full control of her body. I know you're like, "Tamia, stop being misogynistic." Sorry, I apologize. But her dad is a boomer, and that's objectively so much worse. So it's like for weeks, almost since the like, let's just say they would do dumb shit. Like they'd be like, "Hey, Timidity, we designed the entire poster with like the most ugly generic like fucking temp, like, oh my god, if you saw the poster they sent me, they spelled the name of my production company wrong. They misspelled my fucking name, you stupid fucking cunts. Number one. Number two, like, it's like, imagine you see a poster that says Tam Ellen Productions. Who the fuck is Tan Ellen, bitch? You don't even. I'm the producer. And then they tried to act like I was dramatic when I nicely brought it up. And like, even my host back then, he tried to be like, "Well, if it's just try not to start an issue over it, because, not everything needs to be perfect." I was like, "Yeah, but it's still basic fucking respect." Because if someone puts your name, like if your name is like Joe Pesci, and they put something like Joel Pescian on the fucking poster, you'd be disrespected. So I'm just saying, they should know better. And they should have. And like, oh my god, it's like they changed so much shit with this guy changing the poster without permission, misspelling my name and acting like I was the issue over it. You could tell him like, "Hi, it's a Saturday. And I'm sending you the poster and video to post on your pages at like 6 p.m. Can you please post it when you have the chance? Because now's the perfect hour, and your story has nothing added to it, so it would boost it to the algorithm and more people would see it because there's nothing else you're promoting on your story right now. And the fucking idiot could see it immediately at Saturday at 6 p.m. And he'd be like, I'm instead going to wait until like, you know, Monday at 12 p.m., just 6 hours before the event will fucking start, to post any of the shit she said. And I will somehow find a way where she sends me a quality, like 4K HD quality poster with the perfect fucking, like, attachment. Perfect attachment. She obviously paid premium for Canva to get this high quality of an attachment. And I'm going to, instead of saving it onto my phone, I'm going to find a way to screenshot it so that, and fuck it up a million times over so it gets blurry Android quality. I'm going to post it sideways on my story. And then I'm going to turn it grayscale. And then I'm going to post it. Fuck you. And then, like, it's like it was the same ask every week. Every week. Can you post this video of the audience turnout and the specific editing and work I put into this? Like, the simple like video reel clip for Instagram. Can you post this on your Instagram page and your story, and then also the poster? And they would find ways to fuck it up each time. I would even like imagine someone DMs you each fucking Sunday or each fucking Saturday. Hi, can you post this poster and video and then add a catchy song? That would be easy as fuck. It takes 10 seconds to do for most people. This nigga would take 2 days and then find a way to fuck it all up. Fucking ridiculous. And it's like, I know I'm not your only fucking event that you're working on, but how are you fucking this up? How are you fucking this up? And then just like for 2 weeks, like I remember I had to even tell off the venue owner's daughter because she tried to gaslight me, like, we do this every Sunday. And I said, yeah, you don't do it every Sunday. Sometimes you fuck around and do it on a Monday, even on a request for a Sunday. And then even then, it'll just be like, it's every week. Like it's like, why is your dad in my DMs trying to be like, ooh, how do I save a video? We've been doing this for half a year. What do you mean you don't already have the video and poster saved in your phone gallery? I guarantee you do. It's like it takes 10 seconds to post it. Come on. We've done this for half a fucking year and you want to tell me that you don't have any fucking PDF or fucking, like, come on. I know you do. Why are you pretending that you don't, you fucking loser? Fucking idiot. Stupid fuck. God damn. God bless. Amen. Idiot. I hate this motherfucker. Like I used to adore these people and ignore the idiocy, but they just fucked it up with time, so fuck these idiots. So, either way, I remember I specified, I said I wouldn't be saying this usually because I love your business, I love all of you, I care for you, but I got threatened to be lynched by a white supremacist this week. I'm in a bad mood, and it's just like a lot going on for me, and this is just stressing me out. Let's just postpone and do it next week. And then they said, okay, Tammy, take your time, blah, blah. And then guess what? The very next week, they did the same fucking issue again. And I had to bring it up, and they acted like I was some dramatic bitch, and it's like, whatever. The event went well, and then next thing you know, at midnight, I already had a gut feeling something was going to go on. Because I'll put it this way. Everyone who usually came as a regular didn't come this time. The owner's daughter, the fucking Coke girl with the goth makeup, she didn't show up, and she shows up every week. The owner was there, but he was there for such a short time, and he was like, hi, Tamity. He said my name wrong, whatever. And then he dipped out pretty quickly. Sus. But he claimed he had to feed his kids. Sus. I didn't trust that off the bat. The bartender already had a history of being a dick because he respected my male host more than me and was acting like he was the producer. He was fucking not. He did not do fucking shit. Like, I'll put it this way. The host, my old buddy Joe, I remember the way the bartender George would be like, yo, Joe, there's this great bar that you should check out and try to start comedy there, man. And then he'd, like, as George was talking to Joe, he'd look at me and be like, give me a look of why the fuck is she standing near you and trying to act like she's involved. It's because I'm the fucking producer, you stupid. Oh, I want to say slurs. I want to say slurs, but I can't. I could pull the gay card because I'm a fucking homosexual, but I can't. Speaking of which, I should probably fuck a woman soon. I really want to. I need to. Goddamn. I need some licking and loving. Oh, I hate men. I hate men. I hate men. I hate men so much. Not like I'm exactly the best at times towards women, but Jesus Christ, holy fucking shit. So, Joe's no longer involved. Everyone started increasing their disrespect to me. And at the most recent open mic, I remember the way I nicely asked the bartender, like, hey, out of curiosity, is there anyone else here who knows how to unplug the pinball machines by chance? Only when you have time, by the way. Don't want to distract you from your job. And then the way this man just passively aggressively was like, nope, no, not at all. What, you don't have like a production team or whatever? And he said it in like a specific way that was like, he actually didn't even look at me. He just was like, what, you don't have a production team or whatever, as he was lighting a joint outside. And the specific way, I was like, no, we don't, and we never have. It's usually just me and whatever host I choose, like Joe. And we've done this every week. I'm just surprised I have to keep repeating this. But you know what? Yeah, thanks for being an asshole about it. And I walked away. And I wouldn't usually say that, but I was just like, you know what? I'm getting fed up with people acting like I'm just like the assistant to whatever old white man's. It's like I'm the one who's making this show happen. I'm the one in charge. Fuck you people, you know? And it just pissed me the fuck off because it's like, I'm trying. I'll put it this way. It was as if people were just like, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. And it's like, bitch, they coming to see me. You notice how the event's running better without Joe? People are still having the same amount of fun and it's a great fucking time. That's because I'm there in the audience turning the fuck up, making sure everything goes well. Who controls the sound system? Who controls the microphone? Who does the welcome music? Who hypes up every fucking comedian? Who's the one with the addictive laugh that makes this shit come? Meanwhile, we replaced the host with another old man, and then guess what? He was able to actually read off a list correctly. He wasn't skipping over names. He wasn't being rude to people. It wasn't some dusty old fart. It was someone who actually was a professional, and things went better. Anyway, assholes. Let's sum it up like this. When they sent me that message at midnight where they were just trying to, like, and then the next day when the daughter tried to chime in, I thought on it for a while and I was like, do I want, because once they were like, we need to do comedy instead of every week, just once a month, and even then have the chance to cancel it in case something big comes up. Hope you understand, blah, blah, blah. I just thought to myself, it's a rule around here, especially in the comedy and event space, where if you have an event and it's going from weekly to once a month or bi-weekly, people are gonna fall out of habit and then not show up. It's basically dead. It's basically on its last fucking leg, on its last fucking breath. Like, put down the fucking dog already. It's like a horse with a broken ankle. You can't do shit with it. And so it's like, okay. I just told them, I was like, I did the process in my brain and I was like, you know what? There's not, yeah, what the fuck do I even do tonight? What do I do? I just kind of thought on it and I was like, you know what? I'm okay with this ending. And I just sent a nice message where I was like, thank you for all of the time you have. It's been great. But, you know, there's a joke and a saying here about how it's basically half dead or like already on its way out. So we don't have to keep this going. But thank you for all your time and God bless. Because I thought to myself, what do I want to be? Because I'll put it this way. Do you know what damage that does to my fucking reputation? I have built my reputation from the ground up so that people stop seeing me as a chronic audience member or just some psycho chick, so that it could be like, oh, there's Tam, the sweet girl who runs all those amazing events. She knows how to she knows how to promote it, advertise it, get the audience in, hype people up. She chose a perfect space. Everything's going great because of Tam. If you want to get fucking on stage, get with Tam. And I did so great with that. But you know what? Now it's like, here's a room that actually did great, a huge profit the night that we were actually being told we had to cancel. And you want to cancel it. Okay. I just would like cancel it and replace it with once a month. I'll put it this way. I have a rule where if you're choosing a venue to run events at, they need to treat you like a boyfriend, like a good, healthy boyfriend. And what would a good, healthy boyfriend do? Like, would a good, healthy boyfriend be like, hey, instead of seeing you like every single Monday and like, you know, me treating you out to a nice dinner and doing this and doing that and romancing you and ruining you, what if I only saw you once a month? Yeah. And then I didn't do the nice things for you anymore, didn't like post you online, didn't hype you up. Like, it's okay if I just like never see you anymore aside from one single day a month. And even then, I'm allowed to just like block you that month, and then not like, you'll have to wait another month to maybe see if I'll let you see me, or like 2 3 months, like, you'll never know if you'll actually see me again. But just enjoy that, like, half there, half, like, 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out vibe, and chase after me, right? No. I was like, fuck that shit. So for them, I was like, I was just like, yeah, it's okay. We can go ahead and wrap it up. Wrap it up then. Like, that's my vibe. But they begged me. They were like, no, 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 we still want comedy. If you change your mind, we want to do it like first Mondays of the month. We truly love comedy. We want you here. All that. And we still want to let you do your holiday showcase that you're planning with us. And if you're like, Smitty, what's your holiday showcase? I'll tell you in a second. 1 second. If you're like, Smitty, what's your holiday showcase idea? I had a very ambitious idea that I had planned this shit like last year, maybe even more than last year. Like, I think around like last summer, late November is when I was like, what would be a good idea? A Christmas market, also a Christmas themed comedy show. That would be great. You'd have bad bitches ordering food from like local businesses in my area, small businesses trying to sell like delicious gourmet treats like chocolate covered churros, egg puffs, motherfucking fried Oreos. You got bad bitches smiling, buying holiday goods like vendors selling jewelry and all this shit. And it would be great. And I had a little card I was planning to give out to vendors with a QR code attached and all that, and it was perfectly structured in my mind. I've been planning it for so much longer than you think. And especially recently, I was like, you know what? I am gonna try to pitch this idea with this business. And it was like around like early August, mid August, I pitched this idea. They were on board off the bat. They were like, yeah, we love your idea. They were like, yeah, we'd love to like have people selling like delicious baked goods and buying our food and drink and all that. Doing it, and like they were super, super on board until recently. Like, it's so funny how they used it as a bargaining chip. Like, no, no, we still want you to do the open mic. We love it so much. We don't want it to end. But, you know, like, here, also you can do the holiday market. You want to do, it's so good. Do whatever you want. And you know what? All things were going in my favor for the most part. I did several rituals to my higher power to just kind of ensure, like, hey, please make this happy for me. Please make this happen. I want it to work. I want it to happen so bad, so bad. You want to know what happened? Funny, like, ugh, I remember once, like a few months ago, some spiritual lady I follow online, she said something like, hey, something in your life might be ending soon, but you should be very grateful you didn't get what you want. And I had a gut feeling. I was like, is this about me? It feels like it's about me, but nothing's ended. What's she talking about? And I persevered with my idea, and I was like, no, it's not me. And then here we are months later. Tonight was the night where it all went, where I think that tarot card was indeed about me. Because you know what? Bitch, that tarot card was about me. Fuck me. God damn, it came way too late, but it was accurate. The way, the way, the way. I'm just so, I'm a little drunk and caffed up and stuff, but it's like, wow, today really happened. I'll put it this way. Everything was working in my favor. I was working hard at the idea all week. Fuck, I got it on me right now. All week, I was structuring out all the comedians to choose from. I was doing the layout. I was like, yeah, so the host can do 5 minutes, two 10-minute performance, two 15 minutes, an intermission between those people. The door guy who we hire can have 5 minutes, another 15-minute performer, and then two 20-minute performers. You want to know what happened? I got a fucking performer who is Bill Burr recommended. Jimmy Fallon had this guy on his fucking show, and he was willing to work with me on the fucking low. That rhymes. That should be a bar. Rhyme all the time. Got so far, hey. But still, it's like fucking cunts. Slots, fuck you. Shit, fuck. Fuck! I want to say a slur so bad. I want to say a slur. It's burning my nape not to say a slur. Fuck, I hate these people. God bless. I was working all week, actually fucking, because it's like, mind you, I pitched the idea in August. I've been working relentlessly hard. I sacrificed days of my summer where I could have been going out to penthouse bars and crop tops and mini skirts and high heels in my fucking full luscious afro and all in body oil on fucking 95-degree humid days to stay the fuck inside and plan for this event since August for a Christmas event. I made the vendor sheets. Like recently I figured out everyone who I went on the roster. I was like, we got this guy who was on Jimmy Fallon and we can get him for a super low price. I get to choose between 6 to 8 comedians who can be on board. This will be amazing. Everything's going to plan. Or was it? Cause the fucking way, the fucking fuck you, slut, fuck shit, fuck cunt. The fucking way. I'm gonna scream 1 second. Imagine, yeah, okay, I'll put it this way. I got so lucky that I even had comedians who I was thinking on offer, hey, how much do you have for advertising money? I said, honestly, I'm doing this out of pocket. I got like $100 to put for like online advertising on all these different platforms to these radio stations, all that to make this a hit. You want to know what happened? Like one comedian who's a rich fucking lawyer, he was like, I'd love to be a part of your showcase. And you know what? $100? I want to add to that, so I'm gonna send you like another $100 so you can make it 200, whether you spend that on the comics or on even more advertising or whatever you want to do with the money, just so that you can have it. Because I know you're a hard worker and you've been trying really hard for that, and I respect and love everything you do. I was like, thank you. I was so touched, I was gonna cry because I felt like all my hard work was gonna be for nothing, and here I was being granted beautiful abundance. You want to know what else happened? I hit up this one guy who I didn't even like. I think he's funny, I think he's cute, but I don't think he's that funny for a showcase. I was like, just gonna see if he wanted to be the door guy and get like 5 minutes, or if we could somehow find a fucking way 10 minutes, like somehow. And then he was like, "Oh, I'm so honored you chose. I'll do anything you want. I'll fucking free up my schedule. I'll advertise anywhere. I'll staple a fucking flyer to my head 24/7 if it means I can be on your showcase. And I'll send you money just to advertise." It's like, here I was worrying about how much to pay these comics. They will pay me just to put them on a roster. It's like, oh, everything's truly working out in abundance. All I need to do is find the vendors. And I had a strategy. I know all the vendor marketplaces all over the internet. I was like, I made like fucking 17 or so of these flyers, all very different, but all say the same, with specialty made QR codes attached that have the fucking logo of the brand on it. Everything, everything. Like Q and fucking A's, and photos of how the backyard venue looks like. All that shit. I was gonna go to fucking every market, every block party I can, and try to talk to vendors, spit game about the event, network, so that I can get people to be there. Because you know what I wanted? I wanted a nice community event this winter, because it's not like I got much to do this fucking winter anyway. I wanted, because I know how bad winter and depression is for me. I know that whenever it gets to the fucking deepest, like, I know, like, let's just say we already know what happened last winter, and God knows there's too many videos of what happened last winter. And if you go through my fucking post history, winter is a historically high chance of me killing myself season. Like, undeniably, like that's when it's gonna happen, bitch. That's like the second Thanksgiving hits, it's just like I'm gonna just I'm and I mean it, and I mean it. So I was really trying to make sure. I've planned out since the hottest days of summer for like fucking a year or two more even to make this event happen. Because I was like, when I was a sad teenager, and I remember that the special ed fucking Christmas parties kept me alive. Every year they would happen, and I'd show up dressed as a cute Christmas elf, dress all festive, help decorate the whole classroom in lights and gift wrapping paper, and be so fucking astronomically happy. And do you want to know what happened? Then ensued during the winter, usually the most depressing winters ever, because my family stopped celebrating Christmas because my mom's a narcissistic cunt and my dad's stepdad's a pathetic, useless enabler who could never stand up to her, and also was a lazy fuck who never got her a gift or encouraged or helped us get her gifts, and we were fucking minors and kids without jobs. So she punished us even when I was as low as fucking 9, 10 years old, and it was no more Christmas for us. No more holidays for us. So I was a depressed teenager laying in a fucking cold bed with a broken window, freezing my ass off every fucking day, sleeping endlessly, fucking depressed. My mom would be super abusive. She wouldn't give me money or an allowance. I couldn't go out. I remember once actually for Thanksgiving. I remember one, like I was like a sophomore, maybe third year in high school. something like that. I walked around my downtown endlessly and aimlessly, hoping for something to be open on Thanksgiving for the whole day. Nothing was open. You want to know what happened? It was windy and cold, and some fucking white asshole with ugly ass red hair. Nothing's wrong with having red hair. Something's wrong with having ugly hair, because you gotta have really fucked up hair. Because red hair is very sexy. If you have fucked up hair and you're a redhead, it's like you are really not taking care of yourself. Because redheads are naturally sexy people. I gotta give it to you. Come on now, you're a fucking asshole. This man coughed and wet coughed a block down, and the wind made his cough, the nasty ass mist, hit me in the face like a wet sheet of paper. And then no bus lines were running, at least not for like a fucking hour or so. And no businesses were open to wipe my face, wash my face, use hand sanitizer. So I had to sit there with my face wet, with the Windex bottle level mucus all over my face. And by the time I got home, I was coughing up bloody mucus for a week fucking straight, and miserable, and felt like I was going to die. Simply put, I have so many depressing holiday memories, and this was the year where I was like, this is gonna be a good time for me. A really, really, really good time for me. Bitch, where do I want to start to finish off this tale? Let's just say the venue owner and I were talking this week. I hit them up on like Tuesday, like 5 p.m., 6 p.m. with a list of questions about basic things for the event. They waited until midnight to respond to most of them, excluding like, are we still going to have two events? Because we planned for like let's say for the sake of the story, December 7th and December 21st. And then they were beating around the bush on it, and they wouldn't just confirm like a simple, yes, we're going to have two shows in market still, and yes, they are not going to be canceled. And let's just say all week, it took the like eventually it was like 2 days or so with them just leaving my responses on red, to the point where it's like, okay, now it's fucking Thursday. It's like today. It's like, okay, now it's fucking Thursday, like fucking 3 p.m. And now after you've ignored most of my messages and beat around the bush, I have to just simply get aggressive. And he told me, he was like, feel free to be an asshole, because I know I can be bad with messaging and I can be dumb as fuck sometimes. And I was like, bet. So I took advantage of that, and I just said, okay, you've been ignoring my messages all week, and this is not going to cut it for me. I need to have it in writing, set in stone. Like, are we having one event or two? Because I have a whole roster of comedians. I have people that have been on Jimmy Fallon and Bill Burr showcases, and really funny people, and we all plan to put like $300 into advertising this to make it a hit for you and for me, and increase all of our reputations. Like, like I just was making it clear, I want this to be a hit. Can you just let me know? Because there's a huge scheduling difference between, if we have two shows, that's the difference between me looking for 8 vendors and 18 vendors. That's the difference between me getting, like, I have to get a whole new roster of comedians for two separate dates. Like, who can be repeats, who has to be the new headliner, all of that. Because it's like the one who was on Jimmy Fallon and Bill Burr, he's a big shot, and I can only get him for the 7th. He probably won't be available for the later dates. And which date are we doing, and all that. And let's just say the owner was being so incompetent with the questions, and then they eventually, it took fucking ages and repeated, like, they would kept posting shit on their story. I don't know if I already mentioned, they already annoyed me because they had a habit where I would tell them, hi, can you post this on your story, like the banner for the open mic? It helps because it's like, it's nice and early and there's nothing else on your story right now, so it'll boost it to the algorithm. And then the old nigga, the boomer owner, would read my message and then, like, over the course of an entire day, not do what I asked and post like a random million like clips or posters for shit happening way later in the week, instead of my event that was happening within the next 2 days. And then it's like, and take forever to, it's like, okay, you fucked up the algorithm, so no one's gonna show up because you can't promote it properly. And two, why the fuck, like, a million reasons why that's fucked up. So imagine my annoyance when it's like, okay, here's a man who's all week been ignoring my fucking basic ass messages and beating around the bush and being unprofessional, as he keeps posting random ass fucking banners for like fucking soccer games happening later this week, or random ass video clips. It's like, it takes nothing to open your text messages and respond off the bat. If it's an easy question, you should be easy about answering. And this nigga pissed me the fuck off. Also, this might be a cute look. I might have to hit the Pippi Longstockings on people this season. Oh, I'm gonna be so cute. God damn, I'm cute. But like, imagine my fucking frustration, bitch. These fucking, so And it took ages for them to answer, and I had to keep posting today, like check DMs on one post, and then they finally respond, and then but they wouldn't respond properly, and then they said something like, "Oh, we can do 2 events, and you are confirmed for them," and then I said, "Cool, but like." Just to clarify, it seems like, because I already said something like, hey, you haven't clarified all week. Are we having one showcase or two? And I need it set in stone 100% that you're not going to cancel, or if you do need them cancelable, just let me know so that then I can be prepared and know about that risk. And then they would respond something like, oh yeah, we could do it on the 7th, the 20th, the 21st, the 22nd, and I'd be like, cool, that doesn't answer the questions I asked. I asked, are we having one showcase or two? Because it's like I said, we have people who are big names, and I'm investing a lot of money in this. I need to know if it's going to be just one event or two, because some people can do certain days and others can't. And it lets me know how to advertise, what to promote. And also, mind you, I had to tell him we've been promoting this since August. Also, that annoyed me because he tried to pretend he didn't know. He was like, oh, what dates were you thinking again? Send me the flyer. And I had to tell him, it's like the flyer is on your fucking Instagram page as we speak, number one. Two, the dates have been on it. And you've known this since late August. Like, come on now. I said it obviously much nicer, a little bit too nice actually, but still, it's like, nigga, because it's like, okay, now it's just like, you know this. You've posted the flyer to your page at least 3 separate fucking times. You've known which days we were planning for months, and now you're trying to act fucking new. Anyway, for this asshole, eventually the big fucking deal was that it was like, I I just had to set it straight. Eventually I was like, okay, cool. Like he did finally say, oh yeah, sure, we could have two. I don't mind that. That sounds good. And yeah, you're confirmed for the 7th and the 21st if you want those dates. I was like, okay, that's cool. And then as long as I can get just like a quick message in writing saying that the events aren't cancelable, or can you just confirm that they do still need to be cancelable, like in case you get a big band in town or something. He didn't respond. He left me on red. Did not respond for several hours. Eventually, I had to get on another post they made, another post on their story, because they were actively posting while they were ignoring my messages. I had to post another check DMs and shit. And then eventually, they respond, but they were purposely beating around the bush. So then this time they respond like, yeah, you're confirmed for the 7th and the 21st. And I said, cool, you already said that. But that's not like, I need like a very specific, because it's like you already can't, like, I said it very nicely. I communicated it much nicer than I'm saying right now. I was like, I already understood which days you're open to. That's great. But I still needed like a 100%, like, can you just let me know flat out that either, like, can you spell out the exact words, yes, I will not cancel your event and it is set in stone? Or yes, I won't cancel your event, or can you just let me know if you still require it to be cancelable if something bigger happens? Because we are going to invest a lot of money in this. We cannot, like, we need to know before we invest like $300 into advertising if the event is not on stable grounding. You want to know what this asshole did? Tried to leave me on red again, and then finally responded some shit like, yes, you are confirmed for the 7th and 20th or 21st. And by then it's like, okay, now he's just being intentionally fucking stupid. Because now he's just repeating himself and not saying the exact quote of, we will not cancel your event. He's purposely doing what, like how dudes act when they're like, oh yeah, I'm dating you. And then you ask, oh, but are we exclusive as a couple? Do you see a future with me? They'll be like, I like you. I think you're cool, to avoid answering the question, and then months later of wasting your time, they'll just finally hit you with the, I never said we were exclusive. I said I liked you. You're crazy. And I could tell he was doing that. He was trying to get out of having it in writing that he was not going to cancel our event. So eventually I just sent a response of, okay, you know what? I will just have it set, like, even though you didn't say the exact wording, I won't stress myself out further. I will just assume that this event is going to happen and take this as a confirmation. I think he said it like one more time, like a fucking idiot. And I had to say, I will just take this as a confirmation that the event will not be canceled and that everything will go according to plan. And I won't bother you anytime soon with any more messages. I'll just throw everything into planning this event. Thank you so much for your time. You want to know what this asshole did? Suddenly, this nigga knows how to reply fast. And then he gave a passive aggressive, or just straight up aggressive, Tammy, I'm about 5 seconds from blocking you. As I said, you are confirmed for the 20th and the 7th. And also, I'm gonna just decorate the venue by myself. I don't have time or energy to have you involved at all. So let me get this. So it's like, oh, you don't realize you're in the thunder zone now. I've so out of pocket. I've been making flyers, reaching out to vendors, making advertisement posts, reaching out to big header comics, small time comics. I'm paying for the budget for the showcase out of my own fucking pocket, and these fucking comedians are willing to invest it too. We are willing to like help out with decorating to make the place as gorgeous as possible. We are willing to pay for all the advertisements across radio stations, social media websites, flyers, posters, all that. We're going to do all the organizations of what vendors to get, what fees they will pay, where to place them around the fucking venue. We are going to do all the fucking effort. I hand selected all the comedians and was scheduling out the specific who gets 5, who gets 10, who gets 15, and what do they all get paid out of my fucking pocket to make sure this event is a hit this goddamn winter. And I was out here strategizing, ooh, what am I gonna wear? What are the comedians gonna wear? What are we gonna do to make it extra festive? I had a whole outfit planned. I was gonna sew a fucking outfit to look like a sexy Christmas tree. I have white wigs in my bedroom sprawled right now because I was thinking, ooh, I could be a sexy Mrs. Claus. And you mean to tell me the venue can't even be asked to answer a simple, oh, this event you're working so hard on. Like, you can't just say a simple, like, few words. We promise not to cancel it. Or we promise not to cancel. That's 6 words. You get what I mean? You can't just simply say, yeah, we won't cancel it. Or, yes, it's set in stone and we don't like, because it's like you already canceled my fucking weekly open mic that was bringing you tons of people, tons of money, all that, your biggest fucking event. And what's so funny is that later in the week I saw the big like so-called big bands that were coming into their venue that they so desperately needed, and it's like they were posting on their fucking story like, why is no one showing up, come on out, come and support. It's like, oh, I thought that was the big huge band from the UK that you thought thousands of people would show up for. Turns out no one's gonna fucking show up because it's not the UK, bitch. Yeah, like, let's get it together. You fucking loser. And just like, so disrespect. It's like you're threatening to block me when you're the one giving communication issues. You're trying to make your liability. And I just thought to myself, eventually I was like, you know what? The open mic was already going to be a liability. People had to convince me to keep it going, and even the venue owner didn't want to lose me. And then now for a showcase with everyone else, but like everyone's doing so much effort. And I was willing to, like, I forgot to mention, right before he canceled the open mic, I remember that I was thinking for days, weeks before, and especially the night before the open mic, the final one we ever had at that venue, I was strategizing. I want to get on Fiverr and pay someone to edit clips from this place so we can make a trailer and post it everywhere. So, and like post it on all social media websites and like have people like see and know where it is and have it really popular, drawing even more of a huge fucking audience like we get every fucking week. I want to make skits. I want to I was strategizing so much and gonna pay for it all out of pocket and give my all, blood, tears, and sweat to this venue. And they can't even give me an Instagram story post without being fucking late and posting blurry low. Like, no offense, even if I did do trailers and skits and all this fucking extra work and advertising to them, bet your ass they wouldn't even be asked. Like, they would somehow find a way, even if they had a 4K HD quality clip, they would still be like, oh, Tamity, how do I download this? I don't know how to download a video. I'm gonna instead post like a sideways blurry Android video on the Instagram story like 2 hours before the event starts. And don't you dare complain about it. Like, they were giving like I said, venues need to treat you like good boyfriends. This dude was acting like an incompetent mess. Speaking of which, my ex Liam, me and him almost met up recently. And we didn't meet up because eventually I was thinking so much about, ooh, what I could bring my PS4, we could watch these movies, play these games, do these activities. I'm gonna make sure I put on my best jewelry, my best clothes, look sexy as fuck. We haven't seen each other in a while, and we want to see if we could just like get the fun little thing working again, you know, a little fling thing. And then this nigga couldn't be guaranteed he would even brush his teeth. Couldn't even sound happy on the phone with me. and couldn't plan out, like, even like he didn't want to play any new games, didn't want to do, he just like, it's like he was like, I don't know, maybe Borderlands, I don't want to do much else but Elden Ring, I don't want to watch new movies, I don't want to play video games, I don't want to go outside. And it's like, oh. And as I was talking, I was so high energy and cheerful, and he was like, oh yeah, and it was just like, oh, never mind, I'm too good for you. I deserve someone who has like life behind their eyes and actually tries. And I had to set him straight. I was like, okay, so I was prepared to give you the world. I was gonna shave every inch of my body, cover myself in shea butter and oil, pluck my fucking nipple hair, throw this ass on you, suck your dick like never before. And like, I can't just be guaranteed that you won't have a rotting mouth by the time I get there, or that like you can't even think of like a single thing we would do at your house. Is it just gonna be like every time before where I come over and you stare at your thumbs and twiddle your thumbs like 2 feet away from me on the bed, and then eventually play Elden Ring by yourself as I just watch and think about suicide? Yeah, then I'll just stay the fuck home and buy my own food and like make out with myself, because I can guarantee my mouth tastes good. My mouth tastes like fucking strawberries and mint. Like, I'll enjoy that. I'll play with myself. And I did. Like, he actually messaged me today and he like, but either way, it's like the venue I was working with was given that energy, just like the energy of like someone who wants your attention and all your effort but can't even give you like 1% effort back. So it's like, okay, so this venue is acting like the equivalent of a boyfriend that just wants you to come over, watch him play Elden Ring for like 7 hours, and then still ask for head when they can't even be sure that, like, they can't even remember the last time they flossed or used mouthwash. Like, they probably brushed their teeth like a week ago, and they probably have dirty dick. Like, I'm just saying, that's not fun. And so I recognized that, and today I made a difficult choice, but I just thought on it. I was like, yeah, he's being passive aggressive, gaslighting, low energy, disrespectful. And I thought to myself, his passive aggressive, snarky response that he gave, even if I did silently take that L and just refuse contact with him and planned out the rest of the event silently, you would have still detected resentment within him and me, the venue owner and me. Disgust, too. And it probably would have killed the vibes. And I would have been with my perfectionist ass throwing all my fucking energy into this event, trying to make it work as much as possible. For what? For a guy, like, what would the point have been? Like, I could do like tons of effort for a whole fucking year, and they could still barely give me 1%. What's the fucking point of that? They don't know good business strategies, and that's why their business is failing. And here I was willing to help them with advertisements, branding, all of that, curating vibes, decoration, like I would. And so it's like, okay, you know what? I just had to draft a PR message of thank you for your, like, I was gonna go off and be like, fuck you, that's why your daughter does coke and sucks on every fucking man she can because she has daddy issues because you're an incompetent, stupid fucking father. Everybody in the venue knows it. Everybody knows. But I would have said, fuck you, you fucking boomer. You're like 2 feet away from being underground, you old fart. Fuck you, eat shit. I would have said so much disrespectful shit about his ugly ass, little foot looking ass bitch. He actually is related to Littlefoot, which is so funny. Like the acting, I won't say too much. It's too revealing. Not like I give a shit. Fuck them. They can suck my dick. But regardless, out of respect, I won't say too much. But I will say fuck them, and I fuck them very well. But I just drafted a super, like, I thought on it for quite some time, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Other people love what I do and produce. There are plenty of other venues. If I have money for advertising, I have money to pay a venue, an even better one if it's required. I don't even need to do the Christmas market idea anymore. Hey, doesn't that one other guy I know, doesn't he have a even bigger venue with an even like and an even bigger following and actually more competency with his advertising? And he packs out. I could just collaborate with him instead. Yeah, and I was like, I have the money for a new venue and advertising. I have the comedians lined up. I have the chutzpah needed, the vibes needed, the aesthetic needed, the passion, love, all that. Why do I need this venue? They can't even guarantee that they can post on their story correctly or that they can take less than a week to clarify. Yes. Like, why does it take a full week for you to even clarify that our event won't get canceled last minute if we were to put hundreds into it? And simply put, I was just like, yeah, we don't just, simply put, I kept it nice and simple. I was like, we just no thank you. I just hit them up and I was just like, I sent the most polite, pleasant PR response ever. I was like, thank you for your response. Unfortunately, due to the communication issues that we've been having, and I said something really good. Do I have my phone on me? 1 second. Ooh, I pulled up this message just to let you bitches know. God bless you, love you. God bless you. Not a bitch, but you get what I mean. Just to let these motherfuckers know. I said, thank you for your time. Unfortunately, due to the lack of clear commitment from the venue and the difficulty getting timely confirmation on basic details, I'm stepping back from producing the holiday showcase and discontinuing the open mic. I can't invest money, labor, or talent into a space that can't guarantee stability or clear communication. I appreciate the opportunity, but I'll be moving future productions to venues that are better aligned. Please also remove the recent flyer mentioning the upcoming showcases and once a month mics so there's no confusion for audiences, and kindly discontinue using the promotional graphics I created. Wishing you the best going forward. And I did so well at that, and what was so funny is I know those bitches still follow me, but what was so fucking funny is that I decided for myself, I was like, I'm a gorgeous lady. I'm gonna post a beautiful photo of me at their fucking venue online. And I was so fucking funny. I said, the best of times, I had to, I'll put it this way, I aired motherfuckers out. And I am so glad I did. I was about to put fucking Usher's Let It Burn. I think that you should let it burn. I was gonna put that song, but then I was like, you know what, let's put Beyonce's Kitty Cat. Let's go, little kitty cat. He don't want you anymore. Ah. I love that song. And if you're like, don't, like, shut the fuck up. Don't comment on it. The singing. God bless. I sing beautifully, just like me. God bless. Now, either way, I aired those bitches out. I know it's petty to do so on your public fucking page, but I didn't give a shit. I was like, no more open mic, because it's like they were committing to me like a situationship does, and I have to do what's right to myself. Would anyone accept a venue that has a risk of canceling on you and can't commit? Not with tons of money and time on the line. A slap in the face to anyone that would be. I love my local scene and myself to risk a large investment that can't be handled properly. And I said, I feel pretty good because I trust my instincts. If I plan to invest hundreds of dollars in all-star cast of comedians and a lot of effort into a venue, I at least a solid amount of respect and stable grounding for it. I said, and you have to recognize when your worth is being tested. And when abundance follows you, you can start a new path with an abundant mindset and not beg for anything at all that cannot reach your standards. And I said, I think that's a sign of good self-love. I've seen people get burnt out running events and get scorned. And that's true. I have seen people actually where they have huge events that are going good, great concepts, great everything, and they do everything themselves. And then the venue can't even remember to be like, oh, guess what? We're going to the venue can't even remember to schedule it. The venue will just cancel it without letting them know. And then the people, the comedians, audience, and more will show up with the fucking door locked with a chain on it and no response from the venue owner, or like, just I'm just saying, or opportunities getting squandered because of shitty business deals. The good thing is to know when to back out of a business deal. Anyway, so I just said, the good news is I always attract amazing opportunities, new spaces, and with the hard work and effort and good energy I put into everything I do, I will never lock an opportunity. Sometimes you have to let the universe and whatever higher powers lead you to a better door to be opened. I'm very grateful and happy to have had the space for all the time I have and opened up more rooms and seen what else happens next. Amen. And what's so funny is that the second I posted it, I'm pretty sure the venue saw, because they tried to send me a response, but I didn't read it because they're sending my fucking Instagram messages request. Now they get to know how it feels to be ignored and left on red without a fucking response and not cared for. Guess what? Now it's like no comedy at your venue and no one fucks with you because they all love me. Bitch. Now you get to know how it feels. It's like, cool. No more holiday event. No more free. Like, they don't even know the blessings that were about to hit them. And it's like they don't get to know anymore. You just get to see me do that for someone else better. Amen. And I'll be happy. And I don't even feel bad about it. If anything, just nah. What was so funny is that the reason I had alcohol and caffeine tonight in the first place is because right before they sent me their snarky last message where they were threatening to block me and all this other stupid shit, I went out and I got an energy drink and 2 bottles of soju because I was like, I'm gonna drink alcohol and caffeine to sedate myself and not think about how much they've been stressing me out and focus on running this event and making this passion project happen. And I'm so glad that I was broken out of that scarcity mindset and put onto an abundance mindset where I can trust that better is going to come for me. Because you know what? Funny enough, I asked the higher power before this mic even started to like send me a sign that I was on the right path. And you want to know what happened? I went to this afters event filled with shitty people doing drugs and alcohol, and I got my foot stomped on so much I thought I broke a fucking bone, and I had a terrible time in a million different ways, and I thought I never want to be like that. I never want to be in a situation where I can only tolerate the people around me if I have to sedate myself or be on drugs or tolerate terrible behavior and all that shit. And disrespect and rudeness. I never want that. I want a good, safe community space that feels loving and awesome. And then ironic that now, half a year later, they have to be the ops because now you're putting me in a situation to sedate myself just to handle you. I don't know why my video got brighter. Sorry about that. And yeah, that's how I feel. And I'm doing really good. And simply put, I just decided, you know what, I'll send this final message and do my thing and move on with my life. And I'm so fucking happy that I did. Because now it's like, okay, I could easily be depressed about it if I wanted to be, but I won't. Because there's nothing to be ashamed of or disappointed about. Whether this event does happen or it doesn't, it's okay, because you know what? I got like 7 niggas who are software engineers and real estate agents wanting to eat my fucking asshole after they take me out to a fancy dinner tomorrow. Like, I got offered to go to a sauna at a high-end fucking spa tonight. I could have done that. Instead, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go out tonight. I'm gonna, and I did well. I drank some alcohol, had some caffeine, went out tonight looking fucking gorgeous. God bless, amen. Got lots of compliments on this amazing dress I'm wearing underneath this. And got myself a double cheeseburger, supported the venue, tipped the comedians $5, talked to all of them. And it was a great time. They were really grateful I showed up. They kept thanking me. They were like, thank you so much for coming. You look gorgeous. You brought the energy, all that. And I was like, thank you. And I was happy. Because you know what? I showed up ready to support a venue. Because I know how hard it is to run shows and to run events. Excuse me. And I wanted to make it clear that their hard work was paying off and worth the investment. Because I know how that feels. And you need to be loved and respected when you go after this shit, or else you'll stop doing it. And it was a objectively pretty great night, like 1 to 2 assholes, but you know what? A really good evening. Or like I was a little too drunk at some point, and maybe I did ask a woman as I tipped her the $5. I was so drunk that I accidentally asked, "Are you happy?" And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I said, "I'm fucked up. I'm sorry. That's not how I meant to phrase that question. I meant to ask, are you doing okay?" And she was still like, and I meant to say, are you feeling good? Like, are you feeling good tonight? You know, like a normal human being would ask, not like an alien. And she was just like, I'm good. Are you? Are you good? She was like, are you good? It was so funny. When I'm drunk, I know when I do help scare and behavior. I lean into it. Oh my God. I love it. But it was so fucking funny. That bitch was awkward, and so were so many other people. But they were nice. They gave hugs, conversation, lovely shit happened. I did talk to this one guy, though. He's a popular comedian who runs, like, several showcases, and me and him were talking. And he was one of those assholes who's like, oh, she does comedy production, but only open mics. Oh, not real showcases type shit. But I was telling him, I told this stupid asshole, I made it clear, I was like, no, I actually was planning a showcase tonight at the successful open mic that I've been running for half a fucking year. And I told him all the details, and he was like, one, it's weird that so it's like, plenty of people have told me it sounds extremely sus that the venue would do that, especially knowing how much money you make for them. That's a terrible business decision, and honestly, they deserve to fucking, like, if they get shut down because they made a stupid business move, that's their own fucking problem, and I'm sure they already know it was a stupid move. Number one. They also were like, number two, that doesn't make any sense, their excuses. Number three, also when I talked about the whole, like, I talked to him and another girl in my area who's also extremely popular for like showcases and shit. I talked to them and they were like, yeah, that's fucking bullshit. I hate people like that. When I said it's like, he's the type of nigga you could give him a high quality HD file and he'll somehow make it Android quality and post it sideways with some random fucked up song playing on his story, or he'll take ages to promote, or it's like, how do I download this? It's like, she was like, yeah, I have a boss like that and I'm looking for a new job for that same fucking reason, because she wanted to act like she knew fucking everything, but the whole time she didn't know the difference between her Google Drive functioning. Like, she was like, oh, you lost all the documents, it's your fault. And like, she was explaining like, no, idiot, I didn't lose all the documents. It's just offline. When we reconnect to the Wi-Fi, you're going to watch the documents pop back up. because you do not have offline mode synced. And the boss was still being an idiot, so they had to wait a long time and go back and forth. And yeah, she's looking for a new job. And she was like, I fully understand your fucking dilemma. Like, I'm trying to leave my job for similar reasons. And I was like, good for you. And then on top of that, the more I explained things, the more they were just on my side. They were really just like, yeah, fuck that venue, because it's not hard. And I made it clear, it's like, if we're going to invest hundreds into advertising, fucking big shot comedians, all that, the least you can do is verbally say, we won't cancel this. And even then, I told them, I was like, yeah, they have. And then they were even like, yeah, it's super weird that they would want to cancel it, especially if they've had no reason to ever cancel it before. And if it's been such a big hit, it's stupid of them to decide to cancel it in exchange for what? And then I was like, exactly. And then the big shot bands that I did see them have, no one showed up, to the point where they were begging online for people to show up. Like, all sorts of shit. And so it was funny talking to this comedian. It was hard to tell if he genuinely gave a shit or not. I don't know, neurotypical people, assholes. But all I know is he was just like, yeah, this business deserves, like, if this business goes the fuck under, it's their fault. Like, if they close before the end of the year, I wouldn't be shocked. He was like, fuck them, because they have stupid business practices. If you have an event that's going extremely well, then continue it going. And then if they don't even have to put in extra effort to promote the showcase or invest hella money into it at all they were asked was just to make sure it goes down. Yeah, it's like, if that was the only thing asked of them, they couldn't even do that. It's like, yeah, you're better off finding somewhere else. But that comedian was also an idiot, and he was kind of being like, you know what? Instead of open mics, you should do showcases. And I was like, nigga, I just said that I was planning a showcase, a big one. We've been planning it for half a year. And I can't, but he was an idiot. I don't know if I don't know. Sometimes you ever just meet someone. I don't know. That's been happening more lately. I think COVID brain has affected people, where no matter how many times you repeat yourselves, people are fucking stupid. So no matter how many times I said I was planning a showcase, and I plan to do showcases, and I plan to do this showcase, obviously he'd be like, oh, but you should do it at another venue, as if it was his idea. And I said, yeah, that's what I've been telling you. I've been planning to do for the last like 5 to 10 minutes. Fucking stupid idiot. God damn it. Fuck you, Kelly. Stupid ass fucking idiot. God damn it. Anyway, but yeah, on the bright side, I got my validations enabled at least, and I'm not even afraid anymore, because it's like, who gives a shit? Like, I'm not. There's no better way to say it aside from, I'm not gonna have negative consequences, because it's like, as long as because it's like, okay, worst case scenario, the showcase doesn't happen. Sometimes people gotta cancel. That's okay. And then two, it was for reasons of disrespect. I could have tolerated it, and then no offense, like, I'll put it this way. There's an alternate reality where we would have done the event, done all the advertising, hype up, all sorts of shit. And then the venue would have paid us dust and bit like, no, oh, I forgot to mention, the venue also told us way before, like, when we first started this shit, they were like, you can do a showcase here if you want, and you can charge at the door and everything. We'll close the door just so that you can sell tickets and, like, get funds at the door, and people can't come in unless otherwise. And then recently I asked about it within this week, and he tried to be like, oh no, we actually wouldn't even be able to stop people from coming in at all. Like, a door fee is optional. And it's like, nigga, you heard me talk about for ages how I want to sell tickets for this event to make a profit off of it extra, and you're out here just now, like, damn near last minute, a month away, or two, like a month, almost two, more like a month and a half away from the event, close to a month. Now you want to tell me that I wouldn't even be able to make a guaranteed profit, and that if I did hire some guy to sit at the door and collect money from people, or toys, if we did a toy drive style, like money or toys, you mean to tell me that it's basically a free event where we all might get $5 if we're fucking lucky, motherfucker? Really? You want to spring this on me now? You had half a year to tell me that it's optional, but last you were acting like it was enforceable before. And it's like, I don't like either he, like, I don't know. Yeah, just stupid. And also, that reminds me, once I did go to, like, a buddy of mine, their band performed there. And you want to know what happened? I walked in, I looked around for the door guy because I had my money in my hand. I was ready to pay. And so was my friend. There was no one at the door. And then eventually we learned it was just like some little fucking bare built little gay boy with fucking shitty ass septum piercing and stupid ass fucking ugly ass red hair just sitting there. Like, red hair is beautiful. He had an ugly style though, which is like, it's like, wow, you really didn't want to be sexy. You somehow fucked up a good thing, my dude. Like, fucking caramel covered, like, you had caramel and you put shit on top of it. Fuck you, asshole. I'm gonna say this. And then, oh my god, the way, like, we were really searching for a door guy and all this shit. just to eventually meet the band. And they were like, hey, did you talk to the door guy? And we were like, actually, there was no one sitting there. It was kind of weird. We were trying to pay, and then the way the band just got super depressed. And then it's like eventually we did find the door guy and we did pay for entry, or at least like one of my homegirls, and I think my buddy eventually convinced them to let me in entirely for free. Not like they could enforce shit, but it was just stupid. It's like, okay, so let me get this straight. You're having a battle of the band style competition, and people are getting paid in exposure or maybe tips, but mostly exposure. And you promised them that there could be a guy at the door? I don't know. Stupid as fuck. Anyway, all I can say is I'm very glad to hear from a professional showcase runner, even though he was an asshole tonight, who rolled his eyes hearing me call myself a comedy producer, even though it's mainly open mics and stuff. Fuck him. It's like, nigga, I was this close to making the showcase and I had everything planned. It was gonna happen. Fuck you, cunt, asshole. Fuck you. Like, nigga, fuck you. He's ugly and he's scrawny with fucked up, like, weak ass arms. Like, noodle arms, big fucking head. Let's not think about him. And he has a double chin, despite looking anorexic. Fuck that loser. Sorry, that's a little mean, but it's true. He looks fucked up. He's handsome. Funny enough, I told him he was handsome tonight, but he looks fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, you ever meet someone and it's like good in the face, everything else? Like a reverse butter face. He was like a butter body with low self-esteem and low confidence. And it's like, yeah, you're an asshole and a stupid fucking idiot and a shambling comic. Fuck you, asshole. Anyway, sorry. I'm gonna wrap up this video soon. All I'm doing is saying I had to cut this. Like, just, I'm glad that I had at least several successful comedians actually be like, yeah, this guy sounds incompetent, stupid as fuck, and like a terrible businessman. Because your event sounds like it's a hit, and if it has consistently been a hit, and they were almost kind of skeptical, but I was like, no, dead ass. We packed out the fucking room. It was crazy. Like, it would be the point where it'd be 24 comedians in a night. Like, we started at 7, we ended 11. Really fucking good. And it's like I had to make it like they were like, if it's going so well and he decides to cancel it for what, a chance of a band somehow selling more than it and selling more drinks, then that's his fucking loss. And frankly, fuck that guy. He's stupid as fuck and his business deserves to shut down. And you can find so much better and find a better venue and more. And God bless them. And I trust that I will, because simply put, I used to always do venue hunting. And I even told them about a few places that I almost opened in the process. But the reason I cut those people off in those venues, they were showing signs of unprofessionalism as well. Like I said, they were not giving loving boyfriend energy, they were giving weak ass situationship energy, and that's not what I fuck with. So it's like either you're with it or you're not. But don't try to embarrass me in the fucking process. That's not how this shit gonna work. All I can say is I'm proud of myself. And I'm proud of myself that I severed ties when I felt the need to sever ties. And that I now get to be free. And you know what? If this, like, either I'm gonna find a new venue and do showcases, but I'm noticing it's easier to breathe. There's no pressure, no scarcity mindset, nothing. It's just like I get to go back to day by day figuring out what I want and being happy. I don't have to stress about all a million details of a million things to be perfect at once. And I also remember I thought to myself, am I just being a perfectionist by trying to ask him not to cancel? But people confirmed it's like, no. He was trying to do the shitty situationship loophole of, oh, I didn't say I wouldn't cancel you for something perceived to be better. Like, he was purposely doing that. And it's like, it was one sentence and he could have said it like 6 words. God bless. He didn't. So he can suck a dick. You lose everything now. Fuck you. Suck my dick. And now I get to have a nice time and a nice life. And who knows, maybe this winter will be me going to spas and resorts and getting more fancy fucking jewelry and getting my ass eaten by like 7 software engineers all winter long. Like, I already have a nigga who's offering to take me to Tahoe to go stargazing. So it's like, you know what? If I end up having all my free time opened up so that I can have a lit ass time, like with all these amazing different people, sure. If you're on a high vibration, you attract high vibrational experiences and you won't settle for less. And I have ascended past the need for these people. God bless and amen. Peace out and bye.